Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Prog Report podcast interview. This is Roy. My guest on this episode is drummer Martin Lopez from Soen. You also might know him as the former drummer for Opeth. Soen have a new album on the way on September 1st called Memorial, with a few singles out now. We talk about the new album, the upcoming tour, his history as a musician and with Opeth, and a lot more. But before we get started, just a reminder to subscribe to our YouTube channel, wherever you get your podcasts, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, or more. Follow us on progreport.com or on our socials for all your news, reviews, interviews, and more. And now my chat with Martin Lopez. A real pleasure to have you on. I've become a pretty big fan of the band, your band Soen, that you're in now, that you've started, one of the original members. I want to say the new album, Memorial, comes out on September 1st. There's a couple of songs out now, Unbreakable and the title track, both killer. I love what you guys are doing, man. It's like, it's sort of fresh, but it's sort of old school. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's just really good hooks, really good songs. The guitars and drums sound epic. I want to go back to talk to me about starting this band, though. Like, what, the history of how you guys got together, how you and Joel got together, the singer, and how that began.
I kind of started a band a couple of years before that, or the idea of making a band. So I had some songs, and I tried some singers, but nothing really worked. So I wasn't. I kind of was putting the band on the shelf and just going on with my life. But then a guitar player at the moment, Kim, knew Joel. And brought him in, and we just went into the studio, had some tryouts, and then we didn't talk for a few months. And one day I was just going through all the stuff that I had recorded, and this song with him came on, and I don't know, it just clicked. It just clicked that he had such a special voice, and that we could really build something around it, and yeah, and from then on we just started working.
Yeah, he's a great singer, and I mean, with the kind of music you guys do, that's like got to be the most important thing. Like you were saying, you didn't even think you had a band until you realized you had a singer, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can still, it depends on what you want to achieve, right? And I think for me, it's very it's I like intense emotional music, and the character of the voice is very important. Not only to have a technically good singer, but someone who understands how to take a song and take a lyric and make it theirs, and really make it something something emotional.
Yeah, for sure. I do want to ask a little bit about, before we get into more of the record and everything. Of course, you were a member of Opeth, for anybody that isn't familiar. Really during, I think, maybe what is the favorite era maybe for most people of the band, Blackwater Park and all those epic records. Can I ask you a little bit about, what it was like working with Michael, working in the band during those periods and seeing those records explode?
It was great. It was really, we really, it was something new musically, and we were very proud about what we were doing. We saw the band growing steadily with every album, and we saw for the first time some kind of connection between metal heads and prog people coming at our show. So it was a very, you had all ages represented in the venues, and it was a very, very nice time, actually.
Yeah, man, those super influential records, be proud of that stuff. It's still, now new bands that come out now, everybody, they get compared to, either Dream Theater or Opeth. It's like, you're one or the other, that's kind of, it's really, really cool to have that history.
It is.
Back to your current band though. This is your fifth studio album. In about 10 years, a little bit about. when did you start to see this band really taking shape and starting to find an audience? I mean, I feel like with the last record, Lotus, that's when I started to really see more people talking about the band. But when were you
Yeah,
noticing it?
Lotus was probably the album that made, let's say, that we could, go professional into this. And then Imperial also took a step towards making the band bigger.
Yeah.
And then I think Memorial is the next chapter. I feel that is the album that is supposed to come after those two.
Yeah. Well, I could tell because all of a sudden, more people that I know and other people that I have friends with either online or stuff like that. When Unbreakable dropped, it was more like, "Hey, did you hear this yet? Did you check this out?" Everybody's sharing it around. That's what sort of when you know everybody is aware of a band. You know what I mean? Which I thought was very cool.
Yeah, it is. So far, we haven't been on tour with the album yet. That's when we kind of get realize if things are going on the right way. Then, of course, there's a lot of numbers on the internet and stuff like that, but I have no idea what is good and what is bad because
Yeah, well, no one does.
yeah, because sometimes you see a band that you think is shit and they have 100 million, and then you see a band that you love and they have 1,000 views.
Right.
It's really really hard to measure all that.
Yeah. Yeah, but at a concert, if you get a good crowd and people are into it, then you have something, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. When did you guys start working on this album? How long has it been in production?
I think we started working on this album before Imperial got out. Um, Before Imperial came out, I mean, we're always working constantly. Then with every album that we do, we just throw everything that we had away and we start from zero. But we're constantly working. It's what we love to do, and it's therapy at the same time in some way, and so we already started working on the next one. Uh, but yeah, I
So you
don't know, 2 years.
don't like go through a long period of not writing and then say, okay, we're gonna go work on a record and then sit and write for a month. It's not that kind of thing.
No, probably when we get closer to when you kind of have an idea of you have enough material to start taking it seriously towards making an album, then you yeah I plan, okay, I'm gonna take these 3 months and then these 3 months and really 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 go for it. But we're constantly writing so that there is no stress at the end, and that you feel that so there's no pressure, it's more enjoyable, I think, when you just write music. And that's pretty much when the best songs come.
Yeah. What talk to me about the song Unbreakable. What do you remember the how that song came about and what the process was for that? And when you hear that, do you know right away that that could be a single, a hit for us if we put it out?
The thing with songs is it's always or the way we write, it's always those few seconds that somewhere there's 3 4 seconds that you feel, okay, this is something special if we can build around that. And on Unbreakable, it was the beginning of the chorus and a small part of the first riff, the verse,
Yeah.
where that combination between, okay, this is really heavy and this is very melodic, if we can somehow have these two together in the same song and build
Yeah.
towards that goal, then it could be something cool. And then after that, it's just uh, to try and work until you get there.
Do you write as the five of you, or is it you and Joel, or who are the main writers?
normally I write a ton of material and all the riffs and the rhythms and build songs, and then Joel comes along and kind of filters out what he thinks is up to standards, and we start working together, and then when it comes to structuring the songs, Lars comes in because you have a lot of knowledge about well, it's just a fantastic musician and really good to work with. So we also, Cody was very involved in this album because he was staying at my place for a period of time. We just try to get everyone involved, but I think it has been always that I start writing with Joel, and from there we kind of get the core of the album.
So you're not just a drummer.
No, I don't play drums often, honestly. I'm on tour and in the studio, but I play a little bit of everything. And
So how long have you been playing music? When did you start? Like really young? Like was it first on guitar or how did you pick things up?
no, I started really, really young at 4. I
Wow.
started playing percussion, different kind of percussion at 4, and then I think at 12 I started picking up the bass and the drums, and then guitar somewhere, and I've always been playing a little bit of everything.
So how'd you end up being mostly playing drums?
Uh, I think I really love drums. Uh, I'm a drummer. I mean, I play guitar and I play bass, but I'm a drummer. I never asked this question to myself, but I'm realizing that I don't know, that's where I'm supposed to be. That's my just feels great.
Do you still listen to metal? Is it a lot of times there's guys that play what you do, and when they go outside of their own band, they don't listen to that kind of music. What do you like to listen to when you're not writing and being in the band?
I still listen to a lot of metal. Yeah, I actually this morning I listened to Dark Funeral. I don't know where I woke up and I was having breakfast, and we played the other day in a festival with them, and it brought back some memories. I don't know. So I was sitting down with the coffee and having breakfast with my kids, and I decided to put Dark Funeral's first album, which was well, they didn't like it that much, but I listen to a lot of music, and I listen to music all the time. And because I work with music, I tend to have some kind of a ritual where I know mentally what is gonna, fire me up to write songs, and what is going to take me down to go to bed, and
Right.
yeah. So it's a
Yeah,
lot of
I'm the same. I listen to music all the time. I have headphones on, and if I leave the house or if I'm walking the dog, I'm always listening to something.
exactly. A lot of the times it's not even about the music, it's just about you want to reach a certain state of mind, and you know how to get there with which album you can get there. So you just do it.
That's also true. You got the band going on tour soon. A lot of dates coming up, September, October, in Europe. What can you say about the tour? What's going to happen?
It's just gonna be us playing our music, and it's gonna be great, and
You have a lot of material now to pull from. I mean, that's got to be exciting.
which is great because I still feel sometimes when we play live that fuck, it will be nice to have a heavier song for this part. It would be nice to have a soft part for this part of the show, and with this new album I think we can build a very, very good set list. I think the new album also is more of a live album. Those songs really are going to work really well live. So just really excited, man, and just presenting the material you've been writing for 2 years to your audience and just seeing how they receive those songs, seeing them sing along. It's pretty much why we do this, I think.
Is live your favorite part of doing the band, is playing gigs?
Honestly, I love everything about being in a band besides the airport. But writing, recording, sometimes it's a nightmare. Sometimes it's really, really rewarding. Like for this album, playing live. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's the life I chose, and I'm really happy with it.
Are there plans for coming to the U.S. this time around?
Yeah, we'll most definitely be there next year.
Awesome. That's great, man. Hey, this was great talking to you, man. Congrats on the success of the new band, the new single, new album coming out September 1st, Memorial from Soen. You guys are killing it, man. It's awesome. Good to see.
Thanks, man. Thanks a lot for the interview, and I see you in
Yep,
the US.
absolutely. I'll be at a show. Don't worry about it. All right, man. We'll see you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Check us out on all our socials and on progreport.com for all your news, interviews, reviews, and more. And we'll see you again real soon.